Ayan, sorry, I said that it's gonna be short, but turns out may part two pa. No? So we continue with the driving organizational innovation. This is part two. So I'm gonna jump right ahead on where I stopped last time. Ayan. And so it's here, right? So we create an innovation pipeline. So bilang leader, there must be an innovation pipeline within your organization. No? Structured model yan, no? That prioritizes and manages the flow of ideas from the inception pa lang hanggang sa implementation, no? Hanggang evaluation. So it allows organizations to visualize potential projects and allocate resources efficiently to foster continuous innovation. So medyo mahirap to lalo na for a big company na napakadaming tao na, no? Tapos daming projects, sabay-sabay. So, imagine all the projects and daming pipeline dyan, no? So, paano mo ipa-prioritize? So, talagang kailangan ito makita, in a visual way, lalo na from the top. And that is the reason also why we have what we call the four disciplines of execution. I promise I will discuss that next time. Very important yan. No? So, start with wildly important. Importante yan. Ulit ko sinasabi yan. But you will uh, appreciate that, no? So, para sa akin. Although it is already, sabihin ko ng mga 10, almost 15 years na ata yung idea ng Four Disciplines of Execution ni Stephen Covey. Okay? So next is the prototyping and testing. Sometimes, siyempre kung meron talaga tayong product na ginagawa, no, or in the case of service, edi test mo yung idea mo. So it involves the creation of a preliminary model of an idea to evaluate its feasibility. So siyempre testing those prototypes provides critical feedback that informs necessary modifications and enhances the chance of a successful implementation. Lalo, I don't know if you've watched that film about Steve Jobs sa Apple. So medyo ano siya no? Um, I would say he's like a hard pressing boss. Oo, minsan kahit madaling araw na hindi niya pinapaalis yung mga tao niya and talagang he's really trying to get the best out of his people. And yung sa prototyping part talaga yung mahirap. Minsan, lalo na kung sobrang meticulous ng tao from the top, no? Minsan hindi mo naman siya masisisi dahil syempre, lalo na kung we have a reputation to build. And even yung maliit like a font type or font size, it really matters to that person, implementing the prototype. Okay, iteration and refinement. So, siyempre, maggagawan tayo ng yung the iteration means, repeated testing and all that, repeated doing. And then, i-refine mo yun, no? Yung focus on continuously improving ideas based on user feedback, o kaya yung testing outcomes. Sometimes may mga focus group discussions pa yan, no? May mga test groups ka pang ginagawa. So, this process ensures that innovations evolve to meet market demands and enhances user satisfaction before the final implementation. So scaling successful innovation, ito ay isa sa mga pinaka-importante lalo na from the part of the entrepreneur. Yeah, you have a great idea, but how do you scale it up, right? So it involves the expansion of a successful innovation across the organization, lalo na sa market, no? Strategic scaling requires addressing capabilities, resource allocation, importante sa atin, guys, di ba? Distribution, ba mamaya may idea ka, but you cannot let the market know na meron na pala and yun ang pinaka frustrating sa lahat, no? You have the idea, you have the creativity, but nobody knows about it. So, yun. Paano natin yung mapapaabot sa ating market? Okay? So, sharing lessons learned fosters an atmosphere of continuous improvement. No? Even sa schools, ginagawa yan. No? If you have the event, lahat ng mga feedback, i-gather natin yun. And then, we start again. No? So, parang by next year, kung gagawin na naman natin siya, meron tayong lessons learned. And so, we can actually tell the next generation na, okay, so this is where we screwed up or something. This is where you can improve next time. So when you document that in communicating successes and failures, organizations can enhance their innovation systems and avoid repeating past mistakes. Actually nga, ito talagang na-implement ko to sa chess playing actually. Kasi strategy yun, right? And sabi nga ni one of the considered uh, greatest players ng chess, Kasparov, no? The mentor of Magnus Carlsen. Sabi niya actually you learn more from your lost games compared to your won games. So, ibig sabihin, so dun sa kung kailan siya natatalo, dun mas madami ka natututunan. Kasi yung mga mistakes mo, ina-analyze mo. So, it's painful, sabi niya, but you have to go through it. Saan ka nagkamali and where did you, make those mistakes. So, mas maganda daw na balikan mo yung mga mistakes mo sa mga lost games rather than your won games. Okay, measuring innovation impact, assessing the success of innovation efforts is vital for ongoing growth and optimization in an organization. Ito medyo mahirap din to, no? Uh, kumbaga, you really have to face the music, so to speak, o kaya you have to face the facts. Sometimes kasi, even your greatest innovation, sa umpisa yung impact wala, no? Or even negative pa nga, no? So, kailangan if you really believe in your ideas, paano gagawin mo, no? Sometimes, a lot of people give up on their ideas because of that, yung mga initial setbacks. Like, for example, Steve Jobs, ako para sa akin talaga one of the greatest innovators ng modern times is Steve Jobs, no? And he failed so many times, no? Even sa sabi nga ni who's this Jeff Bezos, no? Sabi niya, I lost a lot of millions, in even I think he said billions of dollars with Amazon, and that's the reason why I became great. No? So parang ganun siguro yung idea niya, no? Na parang in order to be a great person, you have to prepare yourself for a lot of mistakes and losses. Ganun, no? So Robert Kiyosaki also, Rich Dad Poor Dad said, you have to fail 4 times, 5 times, five bankruptcies even in business before you make the right one, no? So hindi ka talaga magiging successful the first time around. So kailangan you learn from your mistake. So yung innovation impact, sometimes wala talaga. Sometimes even yung pinaka magaganda mong ideas, hindi talaga siya nagki-click sa market. Di ba? But somehow, if you are really pursuing that, meron ka natututunan dun, and then you're able to implement it sa next issue or sa next presentation, next product of your company. Okay, defining success metrics. Success metrics for innovation should align with organizational goals. Common metrics include the number of new products developed, okay, the percentage, isa pa yan, no? The percentage of the sales of the new products versus the total products. Yan ang mga innovation metrics eh. Market share growth, how your market share is growing even if you have only 1% of the market, but you have to celebrate that, no? Customer satisfaction scores, those things, no, those metrics can help gauge the effectiveness of innovation initiatives. Okay, marami ding mga measurement, no, quantitative or qualitative. Siyempre, pag quantitative, it focuses on numerical data, mga sales growth, cost reduction. Pero yung qualitative feedback, ini-examine mo even yung customer feedback and team satisfaction. Both approaches are crucial for comprehensive assessment of innovation effectiveness. Of course, we have the return on investment or return on investment ROI, for innovation. It can be calculated by comparing the financial gains of the new products against the cost incurred during the development. Organizations should consider both immediate and long-term impacts for a holistic view. Minsan, yung ROI, mahirap i-measure yan agad-agad. No? For example, when you talk about the initial successes of iPhone nung umpisa, 4, 4S, hindi mo siya makikita agad eh. Although, yeah, now, when you look back at it, then ma-realize mo, okay. Pero the first time it came out, no one knew that it will eventually topple down BlackBerry. Baka yung iba sa inyo, hindi na alam ko ano yung BlackBerry, but uh, malaking giant yung tinapple down ng Apple, no, before. When it started, hindi naman siya ganun ka you know, jaw dropping. It's a good product, but certainly, it wasn't that uh, agad, no, na nag-drive kagad siya ng success. But of course, makikita natin doon na meron siyang promise of a good of a good product. Maganda na yung kanyang showing, and it it somehow showed to us the turn of the product world, no, yung pag-shift niya towards the smartphone. Again, that's Apple, no, but ang dami pang mga ibang examples ng return na hindi naman agad-agad makikita mo sa umpisa pa lang, no? So it sometimes it takes time in order for them to realize their gains. So ang point ko lang dito is that while meron man mga products na in immediate may magandang sales kagad, no, pero some products takes really slow, no, to grow. Sa yung ROI, wag nating i-measure agad sa umpisa, no. So long term lagi ang ano natin, big picture, long term thinking. Okay? And then we have the continuous and feedback loop. Establishing that continuous and feedback loop allows organizations to refine and improve their innovation processes. Regular input from employees and customers ensures that innovation meet market needs and fosters a proactive adaptation culture. So, syempre, we have also to report. Transparent reporting to stakeholders is essential for building trust and gaining support for innovation initiatives. Regular updates on progress, challenges, and successes foster engagement and ensure alignment with corporate objectives. Naalala ko talaga dito yung kwento ni Steve Jobs, no? Na, 'di ba, sa sobrang focus niya sa Mac, sobrang mahal na yung product, 'di ba? Maganda panoorin yun, yung kwento ni Steve Jobs. And he was eventually kicked out of the company that he started bago siya nakabalik ulit, no? So, yan, definitely because of this, no? He was so engrossed into producing that, no? Nakalimutan niya na meron pala siyang kailangan kailangan ka mag-report. Nagre-report naman siya, pero what I mean is that meron ka kailangan i-please din ng mga stakeholders eh. Mabuti na nakabalik din siya, no? Imagine, kung hindi, wala tayong iPhone ngayon. Di ba? Kasi yun yung pinaka naging ano dun eh, naging trigger, no, kung paano siya nakabalik ulit, no, eventually sa Apple. But in the beginning, nagkaroon ng problem, no? So yan, kailangan talaga mag-build ka ng trust kasi ikaw yung CEO eh. And even if you're the CEO, you can be fired by your board. Yun ang problema dun. So celebrating success stories, highlighting and celebrating successful innovation boost morale and encourages further creativity. I mentioned to the class about yung naka-invento ng C2, di ba? Na talagang was given a hefty paycheck, for producing that, no? So it's sharing those successful stories internally promotes a culture of recognition and learning. It motivates the teams to pursue innovative solutions. Okay? Future trends in organizational innovation is increasingly shaped by technology. Ngayon, syempre, yun talaga ang nagmamatter, no? Global collaboration, sustainability practices, environment care, kasama yan dyan, no? And dedication to lifelong learning, positioning companies to effectively respond to future challenges. So, syempre, yung technology's role in innovation cannot be downplayed, no? Technology accelerates organizational innovation by enabling automation, andyan ang data analysis, adoption of AI, machine learning. These tools empower businesses to enhance efficiency, refine decision-making processes, and drive innovative product development, ultimately fostering a competitive edge. Okay? Embracing disruption. Pag sinabi natin disruption is a good disruption, adapt that mindset that welcomes disruption as an opportunity for growth. We have to stay agile and open to new business models. Companies can navigate changes in consumer behavior, market dynamics, and technological advancement more effectively. Pag may nakikita tayong mga changes around us, we have to embrace that. No? Global collaboration, ito pa, no? We have to really foster this, no? Leveraging global talent and resources facilitates diverse perspectives and innovative ideas. Companies engaging in cross-border partnerships are better able to address complex challenges and tap into international markets, enhancing their innovation capabilities. Sustainability and innovation, okay? Integrating sustainability, importante yan. No? It not only meets regulatory requirements but also fulfills consumer demand for environmentally responsible products. Yan, nabanggit natin yan. Preparing for future challenges, you must anticipate potential future challenges including economic shifts, technological disruptions, and evolving consumer expectations. Proactive scenario planning and strategic flexibility are crucial in equipping companies to successfully navigate an uncertain future. Yan, kailangan natin to, no? Lifelong learning as an organizational value. We have to really look at it and teach our employees that we have to invest in ongoing education.